Hi, welcome back. So now we'll discuss about how Angular application works. So the starting point of the Angular application will be index.html. So this is the file which opens in the browser for the first time. When you inspect it, you will find the JS files. We discussed about these JS files in the last video. So these files are included or bundled by the Webpack bundler. I will show you those files. So our app is running. When you right click and inspect on it, you go to the sources. So you can see all these files, right? Main.js, runtime.js, vendor.js, styles.js, polyfill.js. So you can see all these files. So runtime.js is the file which executes first. So as we all know, runtime.js will load other modules. So what it does is it processes the code of other JS files and then followed by styles.js, vendor.js, polyfills.js, and finally main.js. Main.js loads the main.ts file. Main.ts is the entry point of our application. Let me show you main.js. So we have main.js. So this is the one which loads the main.ts. So here we have app module and it says platform browser dynamic. We have imported that package from platform browser dynamic Angular package, and we are saying to bootstrap the module app module, and from app module it goes to app.module.ts. Yeah, so here this is the ng module of app mod. We decorate it with an ng module. So this is the app module, and here we have declarations, imports, providers, bootstrap. So from here we are importing app component and loading it. So this is a component, so we are importing a component. A module is nothing but a class in Angular. So a module can be exported, so we have export class app module. So only when we export we can use it in other class, otherwise you cannot. And a module as a decorator ng module, as you saw on it. Yeah, so the declaration section, you can include the component used by the module, and in the imports you can add the modules which you are importing. And provider section, if you have any services you can inject it over here in the provider section. And your bootstrapping app component means you're starting your application over here. Whenever this module loads, you're saying start from this component, app component, bootstrap it. Then we go to the app component. App component is also nothing but a class in Angular. It has a decorator @component. Let me show you. Yes. So this component has a component class has a decorator called @component, and it has selector, template URL, style URL. So basically this is a selector, and this selector will be used in the app component app component HTML. Let me show you. Yeah, in the index.html we have app root. So as index.html is the first HTML file which loads, we are including app root here. That basically is app component.ts. So this selector we have used in the index.html. And template URL is the HTML of the component, and TS, and also it has a CSS. This component has a CSS, app.component.css. CSS which is related to this particular app component. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So finally it goes to HTML of its component and CSS as I told. And whenever you're changing something or updating in HTML or CSS, it automatically gets updated. But whenever you're changing something in the angular.json file, here you have to stop the server bit and restart it. Stop, save it, stop and restart the server using ngserve to apply or reflect the changes. So that's it. So coming on to the summary section, what we understood is first file to be loaded is index.html. From there it loads the JS files. Runtime.js is the first file which loads, and then followed by the other JS like vendor.js, styles.css, and then uh, polyface.js, and then the main.js. So main.js loads the main.ts. This is the starting point of our application, and then it here in the main.ts we say bootstrap app module, and app module app goes to app.module.ts. Here app component is imported and bootstrapped, and from the component has its own HTML and CSS. When you add the selector tag in the index.html, that particular app component loads and the HTML is displayed on the browser. So this is the working of Angular app. I hope you have understood it. Thank you.